Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom for your day. And we have a very interesting card today and an additional reading that I think is going to be really powerful. So if you've been kind of struggling the last little bit, I think this is going to be helpful in terms of turning things around for you. Good morning, Joe Neal. You are the first one popping on today. Showered or unshowered, whatever it is. Glad you're here. But again, I think this card deck, whenever we get to this card deck, good morning, Abigail, welcome. Up and at 'em, rock on with you. This card deck often gives us pause. We read a card and go, where is this going? And then we get to the end and we go, oh, that's where he was going with this. You're right. It's the Pilgrim card deck. So, and good morning to whomever else has popped on. Your name didn't roll, but I'm glad you're here. So we're just going to give it a minute or two as everybody sort of pops in. And as always, let's start with some breathing. Some nice deep belly breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do some tapping on our chest too. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Waking everything up. Let's wake our brains up. Wake up, wake up. Be wise, be free. Breathing in. Good morning, Cindy. Breathing out. Just stepping into the moment, being here. Good morning, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. I think you're going to love this reading, given some of the things that are going on with our group right now. So this has good stuff in it that's going to be helpful in terms of moving us all forward. So, something's waiting to drop in. We'll see what comes in. Anywho, breathing, just nice deep belly breaths, really opening up to what the world is bringing us. I was talking to my buddy Kayleen yesterday, and one of the things that we were talking about was how, because we have a sense of a bigger picture, the belches, wheezes, and coughs of the universe, of our world, our 3D world, aren't throwing us as much as they're probably throwing some other people. When you don't have that bigger perspective, the whipsaw back and forth of what's going on in our world can be pretty disorienting. So hopefully this reading, this card, and the extra reading I'm going to throw in there, thank you, Cindy, I found it on your page, will be helpful in terms of orienting us all, giving us that, okay, I get this, I can move on now, perspective. So again, Pilgrim Cards deck by Austin Repath. Pilgrim in the sense of a seeker, an adventurer. And speaking of adventurers, thank you all for holding up my daughter. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here as she leaves today on her adventures. She's first headed south and then she's heading west. And she's not sure where she's going or what she will discover, but it feels like she's on one of those life journeys that sometimes you just have to go take. So, thank you all for holding her in your thoughts and prayers. Our card for today, time enough. Time enough. So, let's see what it has to say. And again, as you hit some of the parts of this card that may be a little disturbing or provocative or tap you into some of the feelings that you have about what's going on in our world today, keep breathing. Breathe through it. Let's see what the whole card has to tell us. And then the extra reading, what it has to tell us. So here we go. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. Good morning, Gwen. Our card is called Time Enough. You cry out in anguish at what you see about you, a world of lost hope. Despairing of it ever being different, you lament over the wasteland through which you walk. You wonder if you have lost your mind or simply your way. Endure the anguish for the forsaken. Carry the cross of the great unknowing. At this moment, everything is out of your hands. Now, if by now you're wringing your hands, understandable. Let's take a breath. Trust that it is not you who have gone astray, but the world around you that shifted while you slept. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you're here. Know that you are not lost. Let the strength within you grow. Let the power within you rise. Let the wisdom that is yours show you the way forward. Good morning, Beth. I love that line. Let's read it again because it dovetails beautifully with what we saw yesterday, right? Let the wisdom that is yours show you the way forward. Good morning, Amy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let the wisdom that is yours show you the way forward. Good morning, Lucy. Welcome. But first, let your world right itself before you venture back out on the road. There is time enough for what you are about. And that was the message I was getting earlier in the week. Quit trying to push the noodle uphill. Quit trying to make stuff happen. Quit imagining a timeline that for you does not exist. Okay? So that is our message. Know that you are not lost. Let the strength within you grow. Let the power within you rise. Let the wisdom that is yours show you the way forward. But first, let your world right itself before you venture back out on the road. There is time enough for what you are about. So, this reading that Cindy had on her page, that was an inquiry of the week, from jeffbrown.com, just like it spells, or co, not .com, co. But I want you to listen to this one now in light of our card, all right? Nice big breath in and out. No problem, Janine. Don't worry about it. And definitely you can watch the replay if your sound isn't working at this moment, because this is a really powerful reading. So here's the next part. This is from Jeff Brown. Your calling isn't something distinct from your emotional healing. Your calling isn't something distinct from your emotional healing. It is synonymous with it. At this stage of human development, it is all many of us can do to excavate and heal our ancestral and personal trauma. There is just so much of it. And the healing of it is not blocking your path. Hear that again. When you're taking the time to do your own personal healing, that healing is not blocking your path. It is your path. It is your path. If you spend your whole life healing even a little of it, you have lived a luminous life, infused with sacred purpose. You have done something that perhaps no one in your lineage ever did before: healing. There is no calling more noble, no path more honorable, no step more profound. So don't beat yourself up if you can't get to that noisy thing you want to bring into the world, because you are already doing the greatest thing of all: healing humanity. Thank you. How's that? Wow, huh? Because I think so many of us get down on ourselves about how our wounds have held us back, we perceive them as having gotten in our way. And he's saying, no, healing those wounds is our way. Yes, very much. Yes, yes, yes. You are doing a ton. When we feel like I'm not accomplishing anything, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not doing it, absolutely, we are doing a ton of work. This collective healing that we're all going through right now, and Angie, you know, in our small group, we are doing some big work, This is about that healing process and embracing that healing process and being brave in the face of that healing process. Bravery doesn't mean that we don't feel afraid. Bravery means that we feel afraid and we do the work anyway. We do the work anyway. We show up for what we're here to do today, this moment. All right? So please have a positive view of yourself as you're wading your way through your trauma, family history trauma, etc. Our healing is our path. Yes, love it, love it, love it. So, time enough. There's time enough for the healing that we're here to do. And I know when we get into our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, we're thinking, oh my God, my time is so limited, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. What you are here to do, you are doing. The universe is leading the show, right? Our ego is not driving the bus, all right? The ego is meant to be sitting in the back of the bus. It has valuable input. It is not driving the bus. It is not running the show, okay? So we are not lost. Our strength is growing as we face our healing process. We take it a step at a time. Sometimes those steps seem to move us backward, but what I always tell my clients about that is when we seem to go backward, sometimes it's just so we can move over a little bit and go further forward. We need to make the way. We're making space to move forward. Hopefully this was helpful. Go back and listen to it over and over again. Really steep yourself in that. I did post this reading from Jeff Brown on, I think it went on my personal page. We'll have to see where it ended up. I haven't gotten on there yet this morning, other than here. So let's see. Thank you for keeping my daughter in your prayers. Yes, and she's done this before. I've done this before. Going on those adventures. And I always loved the books about that where a woman, and oftentimes a woman of a certain age, my daughter's young, she's 30, but a woman of a certain age goes off on her own for however long to figure out, who am I? What am I here for? This very stuff we're talking about today. Sometimes we need that hiatus, whether it's driving across the country, whether it's going and staying in a cabin for a while, whatever it is that's your spirit walk, to take that journey, to be brave enough to take that journey rather than just wish you had done it. Again, I've said this before, I will say it again. We do not want to get to the end of our lives and look back with regret on the things that we didn't risk doing. Take the risk. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be in Wausau for a conference on faith-based support for affordable housing. So I'm going to take my stuff along. Hopefully I can still do a YEMIG for all of you. But if not, then it certainly will be on Friday once I am back home. Have an awesome day. You are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.